Hi guys, welcome to Hope with Jonathan podcast. And on this podcast, we will share the patient's personal story with battling kidney disease, dialysis, transplant, and more. Guys, we'll also share stories of hope and encouragement for those that are in need of a living kidney donor. We will also advocate for them, a living donor, to step forward to give them the miracle gift of life of transplant. Guys, based upon my personal near-death experience with kidney disease, I started this streaming show called Hope with Jonathan, and also this podcast, Hope with Jonathan Podcast. Guys, if you want to hear more stories like this, please stay tuned. Hope with Jonathan podcast is a Hope Media production. Never let hope become a memory. Hope with Jonathan podcast is a Hope Media production. Hope with Jonathan podcast is in collaboration with Impact America Media, where we give hope to patients to continue on, stay motivated, inspire, and encourage them to continue in the journey. For more information on Impact America Media, please visit impactamericamedia.com. Again, Hope with Jonathan podcast is in collaboration with Impact America Media. KidneySolutions.org, a network of transplant experience. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. KidneySolutions.org. Kidney transplantation is an excellent option for patients with kidney disease who want to live a life free of dialysis. Kidney Solutions is facilitated by transplant professionals, recipients, and living donors who want to assist patients in finding a living kidney donor and help them and their families through the pre- and post-transplant process. You can contact Kidney Solutions at 830-285-2140. Again, KidneySolutions.org, a network of transplant experience. Hey guys, welcome back to the Hope with Jonathan podcast, and I'm your host, Jonathan Traylor. Hey guys, I really appreciate all the support for the podcast. Again, guys, I really appreciate all the likes, loves, and all the response to these podcasts, these audio podcasts. Really appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you guys interacting. Also, I definitely appreciate for you guys to go check out our website at hopewithjonathan.com. Also, I definitely appreciate it. If you haven't already done so, please go over and check out the YouTube channel at Hope with Jonathan. You can subscribe to that channel, and it is completely free. Do not be intimidated by the word subscribe. It does not mean that you're going to pay for anything. It is completely free. And if you have a Google account already, you can subscribe to that channel very easily. You just go on over to YouTube, log in, and go ahead and subscribe to that channel. But hey guys, I really appreciate all the support for this podcast and what we're doing with Hope with Jonathan. It's been an amazing journey. And guys, listen, on this week's edition of Hope with Jonathan, I wanted to feature Kidney Solutions and Kent's Kidney Stories podcast. Now, this podcast this week is going to be my very, very first interview with Kent Bressler. I'd never done an interview before, never been podcasted before, never been involved in an interview at all, guys. And I had just been hit literally by a Mack truck by kidney disease, kidney failure, on dialysis, talked about and grilled about the renal diet, and my life changed literally in a matter of just moments. I mean, in a snap, my life just completely changed. I was knocked off my feet by kidney disease, kidney failure, dialysis, the whole nine. It was a very life-altering event. And so when you listen to this interview, you'll be able to listen and tell that, I had just came out of the hospital, not too many weeks. Like, I had just been on dialysis, maybe just a few weeks, maybe a month or so. I'm not sure exactly, but it was early on. And like I said, guys, I was a deer in headlights on this thing. Had no education, no past education on kidney disease at all, nothing at all. And so you can imagine where my head was at, and mental health aspect of it. I was lost and was in need of great support. I mean, support was really needed. And I got to tell you, this is a true story. Like, my wife was going in for emergency gallbladder surgery. Like, literally, she had to have her gallbladder taken out. While we were at that hospital, which was local here in Kerrville, Texas, a nurse came over that knew my wife and said, "Hey, we heard about your husband. We know his situation, and he needs to call this guy. He needs to talk to this guy named Kent with Kidney Solutions." And so I took the business card. They wheeled my wife back. She had her surgery, and long story short, came home. I kind of put the business card away. I didn't really know what to do with it, and didn't know really what to think of it. Like, at that moment, I didn't even realize what was lying ahead of me and what I needed. And the truth was, it was all laying within that business card. And at that very moment, the moment that the nurse handed her the card, it was a divine moment for me. And truly, God had sent that lady, the nurse, to my wife, and that business card was destined to meet me. I called Kent and right away, like the next day. And true story, I set up a meeting with him. He wanted to meet at Denny's locally here, and I left the house and I told my wife, I said, "Listen, I don't know what's going to happen here, but if I'm not back within a few moments, like 30 minutes or so, and you don't hear anything from me by text or by phone, it's safe to go ahead and call the law." But all of my anxiety and all of my nerves came to a real quick calm once I was in the presence of Mr. Kent Bressler and Kidney Solutions. And once I met Kent, 2 minutes within the conversation, I knew I was in safe hands, and I knew I was where I was supposed to be. And Can't cause it staying in your lane. Yeah, I was in my lane at that moment, and Kent was becoming my driver, and I was just along for the ride. Kent began to mentor me and began to tell me how I needed to advocate for myself, and he was going to help me out. And boy, did he ever. He began to speak faith into me and words of wisdom, words of knowledge. Kidney Solution, a network of transplant experience, guys. Kerrville, Texas. Can't say enough about them. Words fail me. The support that I have gotten from Kent. The moment that I met Kent, that day I signed over to be a part of Kidney Solutions and let them help me. They're not donor chasers, but they do everything in their power to try to help you. What I mean by that is they help direct you in how you can advocate for yourself by hanging flyers, passing out flyers in your local community, and going around to restaurants, and going around to local businesses and asking them to put up your flyers. And those flyers worked. I had people that called and contacted Kent because of those flyers. And also, they featured me on their website. And at the time, I wasn't involved with the social media. I'm now the volunteer social media director with Kidney Solutions in a volunteer role. My role that I've played with Kidney Solution, I've never received a dime. I am a complete volunteer with Kidney Solutions, and I give back because they've given so much to me. And also just want to say, and vice versa, Kidney Solutions has never sent me a bill, nor have they ever attempted to charge me for any of their services. All services with Kidney Solutions have been completely free. And I will say this, Kent put me on his website, and Kent gave me the flyers, and I will be forever grateful for Kidney Solutions and Kent Bressler, and the motto and the mindset and the model of what Kidney Solutions represents, okay? A network of transplant experience. Kent's a 34-year transplant recipient from his brother. He suffered with FSGS, and that's what ultimately took out his kidneys, okay? Kent has so much knowledge, so much wisdom when it comes to transplant. It's amazing, but his guidance and his mentorship, he doesn't give me medical advice. He leads me in the right direction, okay, guys? And he's always there. And I've been able to call him, text him. I'm a part of the support groups with Kidney Solutions. It's huge. Guys, support is crucial when you're battling a chronic illness. You need support, whether it's friends, family, church, local community, meeting by Zoom. I'm telling you, these Zoom meetings have been incredible. I've met a lot of great people, a lot of great warriors on there. I've met some amazing people in the kidney community. But I can't say enough about Kidney Solutions. This is from my heart, guys. I'm going a little long. The podcast is not about 30 minutes, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I appreciate Kidney Solutions, a network of transplant experience, and I'm forever grateful and indebted to Kidney Solutions for what they did for me to help me find a donor, and for the mentorship and the guidance that I have gotten from Kidney Solutions. And I truly believe that it was divine intervention. And this was God's plan for me, was that I was supposed to meet with Kent Bressler and become a part of Kidney Solutions. And again, guys, I volunteer with Kidney Solutions, and we are marketing Kidney Solutions and the model of Kidney Solutions across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a LinkedIn account. if you're on LinkedIn. And we also have a YouTube channel. We have a website, kidneysolutions.org. And everything's based on that website. Like, we drop little droplets on social media to give you guys where to go, but everything is centered around that website. So, and the website is huge. And shout out to Marilyn Garcia, who handles our website. She's amazing. Most of the things that go on around Kidney Solutions are on a volunteer basis. No one's receiving a salary. It's all volunteer. Okay. And the people that are involved, they do it because they do it from the bottom of their heart. Jason Nunez, a great kidney warrior, great guy, family man. And Jason was listed before I was with Kidney Solutions. He's got his own story about Kent. I don't want to speak for him, but I know how he feels about Kidney Solutions and Kent personally. And he volunteers with Kidney Solutions as works with the podcast, and the podcast is amazing. Kent's Kidney Stories podcast. And so Jason handles all the sound and the engineering of his podcast. Very successful podcast. And I'm really proud to be a part of Kidney Solutions. I can't say enough about what they've done for us as kidney patients. And if you're in need and you come across this podcast, you're a kidney patient, you're in need. Especially if you're preemptive. If you haven't even faced dialysis yet and you're scared, you don't have the answers, don't know what's happening to you. You've been told you're stage 3 or stage 4 kidney. Your stage is stage 3, stage 4, and you need some answers. Reach out to us. Kidneysolutions.org, 830-285-2140. Again, if you are on dialysis and you're in need of a donor, do not hesitate to reach out to us. And if you're a kidney transplant recipient, you come across this and you want to be a part, or you need a support group, or you want to be a part of what we're doing with Kidney Solutions, maybe you'd like to speak with us about a volunteer role, give us a call. Check us out, kidneysolutions.org, 830-285-2140. And again, guys, that's Kidney Solutions, a network of transplant experience. Hey guys, God bless you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this first podcast that I've ever done with Kent's Kidney Stories. Guys, y'all stay safe out there. God bless. Take care of your kidneys. This is John.
Hello everyone, Kent Bressler here. I want to welcome you to Kent's Kidney Stories. During our time together over these podcasts, I'd like to discuss kidney disease. I'd like to tell you about my journey as a transplant patient, but also talk about dialysis, kidney donation, and just about anything else that might be of interest. Kent's Kidney Stories, podcast endorsed and sponsored by kidneysolutions.org.
Good morning, Kent Bressler here. I want to apologize for my voice. I've had a little bronchitis for the past couple of weeks, and it's kind of scary because my voice will come and go. So just bear with me, because it's very important that I do these. I've been having a lot of fun with them, and they keep me in the kidney game. So today I want to start with a prayer like we always do. So we could just bow our heads in prayer. Good morning, Lord. Today's a new day, a chance for a new start. Yesterday's gone, and with it go many regrets and maybe mistakes or failures that I've experienced and others have experienced. It's a good day, though, to be glad and give thanks. And And I do give thanks, Lord. Thank you for today, a new opportunity to love, to give, and be all that you want us to be. We ask for your guidance and your assistance in this troubled time, for we know you have the answers. We ask it in your name, Lord. Amen. Well, here we go. I'm I'm kind of excited because I haven't had a chance to talk for about 2 weeks. So it's better, man. When I get a chance to talk, I'm going to do it. So the only person who's been happy about this laryngitis and bronchitis thing's been my wife. She hasn't had to listen to me. Well, anyway, we're gonna go on a journey again today, thanks to Kidney Solutions. Kidney Solutions is a 501c that we work with, helping people get donors. But before I start, I have a guest today, Jonathan Traylor. And before I get started with him, I wanted to tell you how difficult these times are. We're in this COVID-19 or coronavirus era, and everybody is kind of secluded. If you're not in quarantine or if you're not staying at home, shame on you because you're supposed to. And if you aren't, I would hope you'd get there because this is really not a good thing. This COVID-19. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a story. On Saturday, I got a call in the middle of the day out of the clear blue from a gal that lives in the Woodlands. Now, this gal is 97 years old, and she lives in an assisted living. It's a very nice assisted living area. Has over 125 or 130 people in it. Anyway, she called and told me, well, Ken, she said, 2 people tested positive for the virus here in our community, meaning in their building. And I said, oh no, Felita, what's going on then with you? And she said, well, I'm sad because I'm caught in the apartment. I can't go anywhere. No one can come in. We can't go out. I'm actually sequestered in my apartment. Now, this apartment is not a big apartment. I've been in it several times when I visited her. And I thought to myself, oh my goodness, dearest Lord, how in the world could someone survive in that environment at 97? I don't know how she's doing it, but I told her, I said, listen, Felita, I'm going to call you as much as I can. We'll write you letters. And she said, oh, I would love that. So I went around, I called all my pals that have known her because she's a church gal that lived with us here in Kerrville. And then she moved out to Houston. Anyway, I want to tell you, you don't have it bad. You don't have it bad if you can walk outside. You can take a walk. You don't have it bad. Trust me, you don't have it bad. Felita's got it bad. All right? So your prayers, if you get a chance, just say, Lord, will you take care of Felita and make this go away so that she can have some freedom to move about. And I think about her and the thousands of elderly folks that are in institutions like this, or they're not institutions, in apartment complexes, wherever, that are secluded now. They have nothing. So count your blessings, folks. Seek somebody out and help them. This is a time that we all have to be together. We just can't be selfish here. Because if you are, you're missing the boat. Well, anyway, with that, bless you, Felita. I know you're going to listen to this. You've listened to all of these podcasts. And trust me, this will get better. Okay. So this journey that I've been on with kidney disease, I've run into lots and lots of people. And One of the people that I have close contact with now is Jonathan Traylor. Jonathan lives in the same community as I do, and Jonathan's looking for a kidney. He's on dialysis, and I wanted him to tell you his story because it resonates with a lot of you, I'm sure. But if you can spread the word that Jonathan needs a kidney, we would appreciate it. And we'll give you the phone number. He's registered at Methodist. And we can, if you'll just email me, we can get you all the information that you need if you're considering donating at this point in time. So right now, I'd like to be quiet a little bit and introduce to you Jonathan Traylor. How are you, Jonathan?
Well, Ken, I'm doing pretty good this morning. I appreciate you having me on your podcast, and looking forward to interviewing with you.
That's a good thing because, as I've told you before, preemptively, what I want to do is have you totally relaxed. Can you tell me, you have a very interesting story about how you found out about your kidney disease and how it happened to you. Can you kind of give us an idea what happened?
Well, unfortunately, Ken, I started having some urinary tract infections, which was told later on that urinary tract infections are pretty rare for men, and that they're not normal for most men. So they would just treat that with usually with antibiotics and send you home. And then you would recover from those, I would recover from the urinary tract infections. And then later on, I was I started having issues with overflow of urine that was going back into the, into my kidneys, and actually shut down one of my kidneys. And I was only operating at one point with just one of my kidneys. And then back in June of 2019, I went into complete kidney failure. As a matter of fact, it was July 8th was the complete kidney failure. I had been sick and I thought I was fighting like flu symptoms, and I was stuck in the bed, and my wife was begging me. I was being a stubborn husband at the time, and my wife was begging me to go to the emergency room. I kept telling her I would be okay. And one thing led to another. I tried to get out of the bed, and at one point I just could not even get out of the bed. I actually fell on the floor, and my teenage son and my wife had to help me, actually assist me get back in the bed. And from that point, I knew that there was something wrong. And anyway, my story's long. I'll give you the more, I guess, of the short end. But anyway, we called 911 at that point, and I got to Peterson Hospital here in Kerrville, and they ran the blood work and found out that I was in complete kidney failure. And of course, Sid Peterson doesn't have a dialysis ward to be able to treat that. So they had to put me on a helicopter and staff flight me immediately to Methodist, Maine, in San Antonio. And of course, as soon as I got there, I had never flown on a helicopter before in my life. And so that was very interesting because, I didn't even have, I wasn't nervous at all. It was like God had given me peace over it. And I was able to just, float right along all the way there, and didn't have any anxiety or anything. But anyway, as soon as they wheeled me in there into the emergency room, I remember the emergency room physician saying, "Oh boy, we better grab the crash cart." I I didn't know this, but my potassium level was so high because of the kidney failure that my potassium level caused my heart to go into a bad rhythm. And I had a cardio episode that they had to actually, at the point after the doctor had said, grab the crash cart, I blacked out. And from that point, I went into a cardio episode, and they had to shock me and bring me back.
You actually died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I actually came to, this was like 3 days later in the ICU. I had been on dialysis on the machine. My wife said I was on the machine for like 6 hours at a time. My wife and my kids were really distraught at the time. They were really praying for me. First of all, I want to say that, we're a family of faith and we are believers. And without that faith, I wouldn't be here right now doing the interview with you, Kent. So there's not a doubt in my mind that, faith, hope, and prayers in the good Lord is what brought me through that whole ordeal. And anyway, I woke up 3 days later, basically strapped to a bed, and I had every kind of tube and line coming out of me, basically keeping me alive. And long story short, the kidney failure, I immediately had to go on dialysis. So, I didn't realize at the time, because I hadn't been going to the doctors and I hadn't really been taking it as serious as what I should have. And because of that, probably a simple blood test would have helped me out a lot. But at the time, I thought it was going to go away, or I thought I was going to get better on my own. Prior to being sick, I didn't have a whole lot of symptoms other than the urinary tract infections. And I did have hypertension and type 2 diabetes. And that's one of the major factors of what caused my kidneys to fail, was, not properly managing type 2 diabetes and hypertension. Which both were, family history things, things that I acquired, mom, grandparents, father, all of them have hypertension, and all of them were type 2 diabetic. And so,
Jonathan, you're telling the story that's quite common amongst all people, especially ones that don't understand about making sure they get to see a physician, doing the things they need to do to stay healthy. And that's not to fault you, because, when you're young, you just feel like it's okay. Everything's going to work out. And
yes.
Sickness comes over you, and you're not in the medical field. You don't know what it's all about. Unless you have a really strong physician connection, you're going to struggle and suffer like you did. And so don't beat yourself up. This story is fantastic, because there are a lot of people out there that are right now going through what you went through. What an amazing story.
So I strongly urge, if you are having any symptoms at all of, like urinary tract infections, or you're having any kind of foamy urine or anything like that, I would definitely seek out a medical, reach out to your primary care and try to get in and speak with the nephrologist, because, foamy urine is not normal, and, things like that are not normal. And those are things that I was ignoring. I was ignoring that. And those are symptoms that something is definitely, going on, something's wrong. And those symptoms are not going to go away. They're just not, unless you just have, a miraculous event, they're not going to go away. They're going to continue to get worse. And I strongly urge. I've had conversations with family members that know about my story, and they've actually now went to the doctor and got checked out because of my story. So if anything, my story is helping people, because it's causing people to be cautious about their health, about their own health. And so people ask me questions all the time now regarding, kidney issues and things like that. Hey, what about this? What about that? And, I'm able to tell them my story and, tell them it's no joke. It's something that you definitely need to, check into. It's a serious matter.
That foamy urine, I still have that. Did you realize that? I still have that after 30 years after transplant.
Wow.
No, that foamy urine is indicative of protein in your urine, but I don't have protein. I don't have any protein in my urine. But early on, like before you got sick and had to go to the intensive care unit, that foamy urine was definitely protein. If they tested somewhere, they had to test you for protein in your urine, which is a simple $5 test. It's a urine test.
Yeah.
Right. So what you're saying is, if you have type 2 diabetes, if you have anything such as urinary tract infections, not everybody has those, but those are signs and symptoms you need to care for right now. You don't wait, right? And we've stressed that over the course with this virus to itself. Don't wait on symptoms, because symptoms are they're like a red flag. Do something about them, right?
Right. And that, yeah.
So tell me, how is it that before on were you seeing a family doctor? Don't mention any names, but were you seeing a family doctor?
Unfortunately, I was not, and I didn't take it serious enough. And like you said, I was young. At this point, I'm 42. But I mean, we're talking about, I had symptoms of this in my 30s. And so I just, you think you're Superman. You think you're just going to live forever, and you don't need to go the assistance of a doctor. I had a white coat syndrome where I just did not like doctors. And now I'm like, they're my buddy, because I'm forced to have to be around them all the time. And so I've seen more doctors probably in the last 8 months than I've ever seen in my life in all my 42 years. So, but beforehand, I stayed away from the medical field. The doctors, they scared me, and I shouldn't have been that way. I just shouldn't have been, but I just was.
Nobody wants to be sick.
Right.
Right. I didn't want to be. Jason didn't want to be. All of our friends that have had kidney disease, it was unbelievable. And actually, it's a denying process. You deny you have it. Even if you're told, sometimes you think, well, yeah, it's going to go away. Or I'm strong enough, I can overcome it. And I don't want to be sick, because if I'm sick, people are going to look different at me. I might lose my job, or I might, people are going to look at me differently. Well, yeah, but guess what? You got to take care of yourself, or you're not going to be around, right? And
right.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, and because of that fear, it almost killed me, because had I been going to a physician, had I been, seeing a nephrologist, we could have set up things a little bit differently. Instead, it became a life-threatening event where my kidneys failed me, and a simple blood test would have showed that I was going in kidney failure. But because I stayed away, we could have set up, but instead it was just a life-threatening event that happened with my potassium becoming way high, and So then I ended up having to have the catheter installed in my chest for the dialysis treatment.
Yes.
And that central line they put in your chest, the permacath, is actually kind of a dangerous thing all in itself.
Sure,
because
absolutely.
you can get an infection from that thing, and you can't really it's hard to take showers and to care for yourself. You have to be really careful with that, because if it gets wet, it can get infected, things like that. And I went through that as well, and then finally got a fistula installed, and so that I could continue with the dialysis treatment and get that catheter out. But that those type of things, that I wouldn't have probably had to have that catheter installed had I been going to a nephrologist, and things like that. My vascular surgeon that installed the fistula told me that I did everything backwards. So because they could have put things into steps that would have set me up for dialysis treatment. And I went the hard way, and unfortunately, because I was stubborn and I wasn't taking kidney disease serious, and all the symptoms and signs were there, but because I wasn't taking it serious. So if anything from this interview, I'm hoping if someone's listening out there and they're having any symptoms at all, maybe my story will help them overcome their fear, and they'll go get checked out.
This story is definitely beneficial. I hope that people listen to this, and they will, and we'll encourage other people to listen to this. But I want to tell you something, that this is not something that is unique to you. You're not the only one that's experienced this. This acute kidney, it's not actually acute, but they had to use that catheter in your chest because they had no other route to do it. You would have died had you not had that put in. So you have to take the good with the bad. And fortunately for us, your outcome was excellent. And I think that's the way the Lord has worked with you, is to allow you to stay here to help others. Now let's talk about something real important. Really, really important. You need a kidney. Okay? Right? You need a kidney.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to limit the chance that somebody might do this, but if anyone out there that gets to listen to this knows of anyone, or if they want to do it themselves, please, please, please get a hold of us at Kidney Solutions and get a hold of Jonathan so that we can get him a kidney. And he's asking for the Lord's mercy here, and he's hoping that someone will come forward. And that's what we want. Jonathan, tell me what's the most important thing to you with your life now with 2 teenage kids. What's the most important thing to you right now?
Most important thing to me right now is family, and time with my family. I'm, like I said, I'm 42 and I'm married for 18 years, soon to be 19 years. And, I have a son who's a senior at Tybee. He's 17 years old, and I have a daughter that's a sophomore at Tybee. She's 15. She'll be 16 on the 1st of April. And, right now, the most important thing with me is that I'm still around and able to stick around for those 2 children, to continue to watch them, grow and develop into fine young adults. And, and then to be a husband also to my wife, Melissa, and to continue to just be there, as a means of support, and, just to be there for them. So right now that's my main goal. And the most important thing I think for me is time with them. And exactly. So right now, the only way I get that is with the dialysis treatment, is what's that and the good Lord. But, right now the physical part to keep me here is with dialysis treatment 3 times a week. And that's what's keeping me alive right now is that. And so if I was to receive a kidney, then the dialysis treatment would go away. And, and it would make things a lot more stable as far as life expectancy.
It would give you new life. And let's be honest, that's what you want. That's what you're asking for. And
Right.
that's nothing. That's a small part. Someone out there is going to step forward, Jonathan. They're there. The Lord's going to send them to you. And you know that. We've talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, your story resonates and is very important. And I hope that we can get this out to a lot of people. I know that you're on the Kidney Solution website. I know that your story is on Facebook. I know it's on Instagram. Amanda's put it up and out there for everybody to look at. So all they have to do is go to kidneysolutions.org or friend us on Facebook and look at your story. It's fantastic. But I want to make sure today that I give you every opportunity to say whatever it is that you want, because we're about to close off here. So is there anything that you want to share with our listeners?
I would just say that, I'm looking for a kidney, and I really feel like that my kidney's out there, and I think it's in, the Lord's hands. And I believe that that person's out there, and at the right time, they'll step forward. And if they feel in their heart that they would like to be my donor, definitely, don't hesitate to reach out to Kent at Kidney Solutions. And if you have any questions at all, you can speak with them. I'm looking for someone to be my hero, that wants to step up and be forever a part of me. And it would definitely be a life changer for me. Dialysis is not easy. It is not an easy, a lot of people think, oh, well, I know people that go to dialysis and they've lived a long time on dialysis. It's not easy. It's not an easy life. Dialysis is tough. It can, one treatment, everything will go great. And the next treatment, you could have a lot of different side effects. The side effects are sometimes rough. A lot of times I leave there really drained, tired. My kids try to have conversations with me after dialysis, and it's tough to maintain. Sometimes you just want to be alone and don't want to be bothered, after dialysis. It's a tough life. Living on dialysis is a tough life. Anybody that says it's easy, they're lying to you. It's not easy. I do hemodialysis, so I get stuck with needles every time I go. And if you have a fear of needles, you have to get over those pretty quickly, because it's every couple of days. I'm on TTS, which is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and you're stuck on that schedule, which I may be going into a home hemodialysis, which is a whole different thing. I won't get into that too much, but if you're out there and you feel in your heart that you would want to be my donor, it would be great and be a life-changing event for me and my family, and my children would be so much appreciative. And I just wanted to say also, while I have the chance, a big thank you to Kent and Amanda at Kidney Solutions for all the help and everything that they've done for me and my family has just been amazing. They've been great, and turned out to be, good buddies, good friends. So forever friends.
That's right. And we're going to stick with you throughout this till you fire us. We don't charge anything, right? You don't ever get a bill from us. You're never going to see a bill. No one does. So that's
Nope.
that. I just want to get that plug in because people are worried. Well, I wonder how much it costs. It didn't cost you a thing to have a friendship with Kidney Solutions. Because we're gonna take care of you. All right, one way or the other. People want to donate money to us, that's fine. Okay, we love that to help cover some costs. But let me tell you, here's a phone number before we. First of all, let me thank you, Jonathan. I want you to know how important this talk was. I'm just overjoyed with your presentation and how you carry yourself. At 42 years old, you've got a life to live, buddy. I was transplanted at 37. Okay. I want the best for you. Everybody who's listening wants the best for you. And I'm going to tell you the best is coming. All right. If they're interested and want to donate, here's a phone number for you to call: 800-888-0402. Or you can go online to the Texas Transplant Institute. That's where Jonathan is signed up for his transplant. Go to that site and they have a form you can fill out. But if you want to get started, 800-888-0402. Jonathan, I don't know what to say to you, but we're going to have you back on because we want to have you back on after you have your transplant. Okay. As soon as that happens, we'll let everybody know and we'll have a big party for you. But we'll keep our distance. All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Ken.
Folks. You're welcome. You're welcome. Listen, folks, you gotta have heart. This is a hard time to be living, but it's a good time to be living because you can step out on your own to help others. Be remembering your friends. If everybody who's at home right now gets a call from you or a text or some type of message, it just makes them feel that much better. So give somebody a chance, give them a call. And pray for Felita, will you? In the meantime, keep on breathing.
Hey guys, this is Jonathan, the host of the Hope with Jonathan podcast. And hey guys, Hope with Jonathan now has a website, www.hopewithjonathan.com, where you can go over and find out where to follow us on all of our social media links, our podcast, our YouTube channel, and much more. Again, guys, for more information on Hope with Jonathan, you can go to www.hopewithjonathan.com. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. My first interview and podcast ever with Kent's Kidney Stories podcast, now streaming everywhere. You can actually stream this podcast over on our YouTube channel at Kidney Solutions, a network of transplant experience over on YouTube, just for the audio version only. And you can stream this pretty much everywhere. Spotify, Apple, they use Libsyn, so you can use that as well if you're on Libsyn. This is an amazing podcast. Kent features AAKP Warriors transplant anniversaries, and so amazing podcast, amazing stories on there. There's some other stories on there as well, not just AAKPs. There's some great interviews over there, so guys, go over and check out Kent's Kidney Stories podcast. Again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this audio podcast of on Hope with Jonathan today. And guys, if you would, if you appreciate what we're doing with Hope with Jonathan, we'd ask for you to please follow us on your favorite streaming platforms that you stream these podcasts on, such as Apple, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you stream your favorite podcast. But if you want to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can actually enjoy our podcast straight from there over on our YouTube channel at Hope with Jonathan. Makes it kind of more easier if you go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel, because you're also going to get all of our awesome live and new updated interviews that we do with warriors, and we're also doing some educational stuff over there. So, like I said, it's really exciting what we have going on at Hope with Jonathan. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, go over to the YouTube channel, check it out. Also, if you guys would, go over and check out our website as well at hopewithjonathan.com. Hey guys, we love you. We appreciate you. We ask you to stay safe out there. We pray that you are protected from this COVID and this terrible, terrible COVID stuff that's been out there for a while now. And then we also ask you to take care of your kidneys, and you can do that by watching what you eat, staying on top of your labs, staying engaged with your team, and remembering to always talk with your doctor if you have any issues at all. If you are experiencing any symptoms of kidney disease at all, swollen ankles, nausea, chronic fatigue, metallic taste in your mouth, definitely go get checked out for kidney disease. Simple urine analysis and a blood test can definitely save your life. Hey guys, again, appreciate you. God bless you. Stay safe out there. And remember, take care of your kidneys. God bless. This is Jonathan.